Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Fans worry about NewsChrisley's mental health after prison release. Julie and Todd Chrisley were recently freed from their prison sentence following a pardon from President Donald Trump. Since then, fans have been asking questions about the reality show stars following their time behind bars. In particular, some fans have shared that they are especially worried about the Chrisley family matriarch. Fans were introduced to the Chrisley family with the USA Network series, Chrisley Knows Best. Back in 2022, Todd and Julie were convicted on various charges, including bank fraud and tax evasion. For her part, Julie was sentenced to 7 years, reporting to the Federal Medical Center in Lexington. In 2024, Julie's sentence was upheld during an attempted appeal. For his part, Todd was sentenced to 12 years, reporting to the federal prison camp in Pensacola. However, Julie and Todd would eventually be released in 2025, following a presidential pardon from President Donald Trump. Since then, fans have been wondering how the couple are adjusting to their lives back on the outside. Taking to social media, one fan recently noted, "Julie seems different." They shared, "I wasn't in favor of their pardon, and was actually quite shocked they got one. But since they've been out, Julie seems different. I watched their show a few times over the years. I know their character and behavior on TV and social media prior to prison for the most part, and Julie seems very disconnected now. Obviously, prison changes you, and adapting to normal life, I'm sure, is jolting at first, but there seems to be a sadness to her now. I wonder if her and Todd will stay together." Other fans shared similar sentiments on social media. In one lengthy comment, another fan shared, "I've noticed that too, and especially in her eyes. Other people have said she's lost her spark. She looks dead inside. She's probably traumatized and regretting the whole ordeal, which seems the opposite of Todd. She could also still be adjusting to civilian life, as I'm sure it is a shock as well." This isn't the first time fans noticed a change in Julie following her release. As previously reported, a few fans were concerned after seeing her with her natural hair. At the time, many were wondering if she would go back to her famous platinum blonde locks as seen on the family's USA Network show. With the recent post, fans continued to share other theories. A few fans were also concerned for Julie's mental health. That said, a few other fans felt things were being taken out of context. A few even thought it was healthy that she didn't immediately return to her previous persona after time in prison. Some comments included, "Look into her eyes. They'll tell you everything you need to know. I'm sure she's traumatized and also terrified of having to go back. Honestly, I think she's sad she has to be with Todd now that they're out. Probably enjoyed prison more. How can you tell she is different off social media clips? By the way, jail/prison will humble most people. I said this in a post before. I don't think Julie is about the spotlight anymore. Prison changed her. I don't think it did much for Todd. I could be wrong, but by the way he's acting, it didn't. I think Julie is all about her family and being home, not being in the spotlight. If she came out and jumped right back into the persona she's put on, I would be quite disturbed, as I am with Todd." Have you been following this story? What do you think of these recent fan comments? Have you noticed a difference with Julie Chrisley? Make sure you come back for all the latest reality TV and celebrity news. Julie Chrisley's release from federal prison was expected to mark a fresh start, a moment of emotional relief and rebuilding after 14 long months behind bars. But as the former reality TV star reemerges into public life, a shadow of concern is growing among her fans. Across social media, whispers have turned into anxious conversations. Is Julie Chrisley truly okay? Once the matriarch of the glitzy, fast-talking Chrisley family, known for their show Chrisley Knows Best, Julie always carried herself with grace and poise. She was the emotional anchor of the family, the one who made faith and forgiveness central themes of their TV life. But now her silence is louder than ever. The bubbly smiles that once lit up her social media feeds have been replaced with sparse appearances. And when she does surface, fans notice a hollowness behind her eyes, a subdued spirit far removed from the woman they admired for years. She's not the same Julie. One fan commented on a recent photo posted by her daughter, Savannah. She looks distant, like she's been through something she's not ready to talk about. Indeed, Julie has been through something. Sentenced to serve time at Federal Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky, after being convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion alongside her husband Todd, she endured more than just a loss of freedom. Incarceration, especially for someone unaccustomed to the harsh routines and emotional isolation of prison life, leaves psychological scars. And while Julie was transferred to a medical facility rather than a traditional prison, the experience was no less jarring. Insiders say Julie struggled to adjust from day one. A source close to the family revealed that Julie often felt overwhelmed and defeated behind closed doors, missing her children and grieving the separation from her husband, who remains incarcerated in Florida. Despite her efforts to stay strong, leading Bible studies, and keeping to a strict routine, there were signs of inner turmoil. She put on a brave face, the source said. But prison stripped her of the things that grounded her: her family, her privacy, her sense of self. Now that Julie is out, fans had hoped to see a slow but steady return to normalcy. Instead, they're seeing glimpses of a woman still shackled by trauma. Her public appearances are rare, and when they do happen, she appears guarded, cautious, almost withdrawn. The sparkle that once defined her personality seems dulled. Body language experts analyzing her first post-release interview noted signs of deep emotional fatigue, tight facial expressions, forced smiles, and a tendency to deflect emotionally charged questions. "There's a fragility there," said one expert. "She's physically present, but emotionally, she might still be in survival mode." Mental health advocates and prison reform supporters point out that Julie's response is far from uncommon. The psychological toll of incarceration often lingers long after release. Depression, anxiety, PTSD, and identity confusion plague many former inmates, especially those from non-criminal backgrounds. For Julie, the impact may be amplified by public scrutiny. Every move she makes is watched, dissected, and debated online. And for someone whose personal brand was built on family, faith, and wholesomeness, the burden of public redemption is heavy. Savannah Chrisley, her daughter and vocal defender throughout the legal ordeal, has taken on the role of family spokesperson. In recent interviews, she's described her mother as strong but healing. Yet fans can't help but notice Savannah's protective tone, suggesting Julie's recovery is still very much in progress. She's had to relearn who she is outside of the prison walls, Savannah said in a podcast episode shortly after Julie's release. "It's going to take time." Time, yes, but how much? That's the question fans are asking, some with sympathy, others with quiet fear. In online forums, hashtags like #PrayForJulie and #JulieChrisleyHealing have begun to trend, a testament to the deep emotional bond many viewers still feel with her. They want her to be okay, but they're no longer sure that she is. Adding to the pressure is the looming question of what comes next. Will Julie return to television? Will she address the elephant in the room, her experience in prison, in a memoir or a documentary? Or will she choose to retreat from the spotlight entirely, seeking peace and privacy? As of now, Julie has made no public commitment to any project. Family insiders hint that she's considering speaking out, but only when she feels ready. That caution, while understandable, fuels further speculation. Some interpret it as a sign that the wounds are still fresh. Others believe Julie may never be fully comfortable in the public eye again.